Hello and welcome to the video, you crazy people. My name is Jay Odyssey and today I'm going to be doing a playthrough sort of City Skylines, but I'm not going to use any emergency services. So by that I am including the healthcare, the emergency services, which are basically fire, and the police department. Now if we run through the settings, I have no mods or anything like that, and when it comes to gameplay I have random disasters on set about halfway perhaps. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to work, but the goal is to make a fully functional city with, without these, and you don't get them to level 500, so we already know that you can make a reasonable functioning city before then, so that's not really going to be in question. So I might skip ahead to when we have like a decent-ish population and we start building some extra stuff. And there we have it. We've just hit a 1,000-person milestone. We get a new piece of land. We get all kinds of different stuff here. We get some We get some emergency services and the police department, both of which we aren't going to use. So this should be interesting. This is probably I don't think the game really starts worrying about crime or fires probably until you get that. So now we have to be careful. As one fire, I mean, it could ruin the entire city. If I build, for example, if my power plant burns down and then it burns down again, then I wouldn't be able to afford it. I am playing in normal mode, so it shouldn't. I'm not expecting it to be a massive challenge for now, but as long as I don't overexpand and I keep it pretty damn simple, we should be okay. We have got our little first indication of crime here. Crime rate is high. As I said, I'm not 100% sure how to lower crime. I would think that if you have people quite educated and you have decent jobs, like nobody's unemployed and we don't really have that much demand, then I would think that will keep crime quite low. Other than that, yeah, that could, what happens if everybody just starts having a shit ton of crime? I'm not sure. There we have it. We've just hit tiny town. That lets us add some parks and plazas and some landscaping. Couple of policies, I don't think they really matter. Bicycle paths, maybe to keep traffic down. I think traffic might be an indication of might be a way of keeping health high, or like problems with health low. If we keep everybody healthy and we keep traffic pollution away from people, that should really help. So we should probably invest in buses and stuff like that. High school again, try and keep people educated, try and keep people in work, that kind of thing. We are getting a couple of issues with crime though. Demand hasn't changed too much, but we do have a steady flow of income. And yeah, I don't really know what to do next. I think maybe just a couple of parks, just to try and keep people, a little bit happier. Yeah, these are the three that I'm not using: healthcare, fire service, emergency services, and police service. We are, however, using education. I think it's probably time I put in a high school. We're going to have the high school on the main road. So yeah, we're having a bit of an issue. I've just put in a new power plant over there. We've got quite a lot of crime, as you can see. We have had our first proper fire, and it does need burning down, knocking down. Those kids just look like they were messing about there. I will destroy that. But crime rate is high. I've just extended this road so I could have a power station that's quite far away to try and keep pollution away. The crime rate though, well, you know what? Let's see what happens. This is what we're testing. Yeah, you can have a city that runs off this. What happens with a high crime rate? Are people going to leave? Are my people going to be poor? We're going to have this weird situation of educated workers who are quite sneaky criminals. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I think the next landmark is a little bit away, is it? About 500 people away. Whether or not people will want to move in an area where there's a ridiculous amount of crime. We are getting the odd abandoned building. We've just had that. Everything else though is pretty damn fine. Healthcare, average health 50%. 50-50 sounds decent enough to me. Emergency services, very high amount of hazard. I wonder how you reduce hazard. Yeah, let's plow on. We are getting quite a lot of abandonments and stuff like that because of the high crime rate. Quite a lot of residential demand actually, and I've talked enough that I've got a bit of money. So let's do that actually. Crime rate is high at the power plant, but does it stop anything? does it become impossible to carry on? We're gonna keep going. So we've just hit the boom town, baby. You can buy an extra bit of land. The most interesting thing here, though, is public transport, as that will allow us to try and remove some traffic for health. However, looking at the amount of crime, I'm starting to think maybe it's not even worth having the schools. Maybe I should just embrace the fact that, you know, crime and fire and hazards are all going to be super high. Got a highway, that's why I was randomly thinking about that. I think I've been being a bit of a fool. I just realised that some policies, not really the budget, but some policies might actually help me out here. I think, for example, recreational use, that lets you use recreational drugs, but it does attract more tourists, which I think might increase time. It increases the police budget by 15%, which is interesting because I don't actually have any, but that slightly reduced crime rate, well, that is what I'm after. I wonder, parks, does that tell you what it does? It just increases the land value, we'll have that. Smoking ban, it slightly increased health, so we'll have that. Recycling, well, we'll have that, it doesn't really matter. Pet ban doesn't really do anything, slightly decreased happiness. Smoke, oh, what am I doing? I should have done this way earlier. Slightly reduced risk of fire. We should have had that so much earlier. I think anything else will really help us. Free public transport might help us out with traffic. Harsh prison sentences will be interesting considering I don't actually have thingy. I should have had those on from the start, but I don't think it'll make too big of a difference. Oh, I just realised we do have a death. I'm not quite sure what caused that death. It does make me think we don't actually have any cemeteries, and I'm prepared to put cemeteries in because once you're dead, you don't really need, your health doesn't really matter. So I am going to have a cemetery in. Not really bothered. It is linked to the healthcare service, but I'm happy enough to have it in. It's not ideal. I would, you know, ideally we probably wouldn't have it there, but let's just put it in. I'm not too much against having dead. I don't really want dead bodies just lingering about, so that's okay. Woo! Look at all that crime, baby. However, we do have quite a lot of demand, so we're going to keep extending it. There's crime in my park that is designed to stop crime. That sucks to be me right now. Wants me to build a disaster response team. Unfortunately, these are just buildings I don't really care about that are burning down. But we still got money and we still got everything in place. Crime rate ridiculously high still. Still making money. Added in an extra power plant. A lot of abandoned buildings, which I'm going to delete in a second. Added in another draining and some more water. And yeah, I'm just going to delete some abandoned buildings and let's see what happens next. So here we are. We're 5,500 people into this. Crime rate is high. The city as a whole is performing well. We've got decent money coming in. The crime is resulting in quite a few abandoned buildings. I'm starting to think perhaps that maybe you only really need police and you can get away with bad health and poor fire services unless some expensive stuff burns down, which it looks like I've been lucky enough to not have that happen. Then I haven't really had a problem with fire or health. Like the health isn't really doing anything. Like I think I've got a crematorium because you know, I need to bury the dead, and I should in theory be getting quite a lot of dead because I've got quite a lot of bad health. But the health, yeah, it's gone up actually. The average health is on 59%, which I think is bad. I think. Wait, is that good? No, 59% health is actually good. So it's gone up a little bit actually. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe a little bit of a distance between that. Maybe the bus routes made a difference. Not really sure. I've added a couple of bus routes. Nothing amazing. But yeah, just abandoned buildings from crime really is the only one that's getting anywhere. Going to put in some commercial here on this main road, but really not suffering too much from playing without services. So not much has really changed since the last time I did it in terms of the like icons and stuff. I have changed the entrance to the city a little bit, but yeah, the main thing is I've put an actual like exit and entrance. That I've just done one side of it. I'm not really bothered about both sides. You can see I've got quite a lot of money and still got quite a lot of demand. So the reality is having lots of like crime, bad health, no fire stations isn't really doing me any harm. It'd be great if one of those could burn down now. But yeah, not really doing me any harm. The coal plant is on fire. Whoa, okay, so this was Just as I was saying that it's not really doing me any harm, one of my coal plants on fire. I don't think it'll really spread. Maybe it's not a great idea to have them close together, but this is going to decrease my electricity for the city, so I'm going to try and do something like this. This provides a lot. The oil plant provides a lot more. Costs a bit more. I'm just going to have one. Meh, it's fine. Apparently, people are unhappy because there's not that much to do. Like, it's not a great place to live, and it's like, well, you should have thought about that when you moved into an area with no police, no healthcare, just no anything, basically, no hospitals. Anything you could wish for in the city, this place doesn't really have it. And yet I have a lot of demand and people still want in on this godforsaken city. Who knows why? I didn't really want to get into properly designing this city, but now that we've hit that milestone, it's probably time that I let the game play on and see if we can build the city like more rapidly. I've been playing quite a while. Obviously, I'm not quite sure how long the video will be up until this stage, but I have been playing quite a while, and what I really want to do is just rapid expansion. We have quite a lot of fires and burned down buildings and what have you, but not too much problem. We are still making like quite a lot of profit. I've not really bothered with any other schools because it looked like crime was going to be an issue no matter what, so... Oh, so I've just got an indication that a sinkhole may be happening at any moment. And here we go. The sinkhole is not really near anything that was important, so that's fine. Here's the sinkhole. I mean, a disaster could ruin the day, but I think you'd have to be pretty much unlucky for that to be the case. Because, you know, like, it would have to destroy some important stuff. Just hit small city. I don't think anything ridiculous here will matter too much. Not really going to use trains or anything like that at the moment. So that's just a milestone of hitting 11k. Just some abandoned buildings which I haven't deleted because I've sort of been looking elsewhere. But once you zoom in, it's actually quite hard to see them. Just, yeah. Just a lot of abandoned buildings, basically. Nothing to report. We'll report back when things are a little bit bigger, shall we? Oh, I've just realised we are getting a meteor striking at some point. Just been spending quite a lot of money on my new road, so this meteor will be interesting at least. Can I see where it's coming down? Oh, it's coming down. It's coming down into the heart of the city. I think, nope, it may just be missing. Yep, it is completely missing. And it's hitting the railway bridge, which I don't really use anyway. That doesn't really matter.
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
Yeah, doesn't really matter. Quite close to my new road. But doesn't really do anything. That train I don't use at the moment anyway. So, I mean, not really a problem. Could have been a bit of a risk. So we just hit big city. That's 16,000 population, and we got 100k in the bank. We're making bank. Everything's going fine. I added this over here because I was having a bit of traffic issue. To be fair, without putting junctions in, I sort of completely messed up the traffic, and it was causing a bit of a sickness because you know, my garbage and that couldn't properly get out. That was just bad optimization whilst trying to rush so I could do this video. But basically, I think I've learned that you don't necessarily need the services in the right if everything goes right for you. I never had any massive disasters. I didn't really have any fire problems burning out very important buildings, so financially it probably worked in my favor not to have all of these, not to have all the services. I tried initially to have decent education, but I just let that go down the drain because, quite frankly, it didn't seem to be making any difference. I was having a lot of crime anyway. I had the policies on that reduce crime and the ones that reduce fire risk and that kind of stuff. Maybe they worked, maybe they made a bigger difference, maybe they didn't. I did start getting a bit of sickness, but that was primarily because I let the garbage pile up. But we are getting a little bit of it now because of noise pollution. And that's just something you deal with, you know, because of traffic and stuff like that. I could make that better with parks and, you know, the trees on the roads, kind of thing. But I'm probably just going to call it here. I think it sort of proves that you can make a viable city. It's a little bit annoying to have to keep deleting all of the abandoned buildings and what have you, but fairly sure it works. I don't know how big you could have a city go like this. I can't necessarily be bothered doing it because it would just be like building a normal city, except without doing anything really interesting or no design or whatever. And it's a little bit too late to start trying to design something. So the one thing I am going to do when I finish, which is what I've done now, well, we've finished. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put down some police force. We're going to see if we can get rid of this crime, and I'll quickly speed it up and we'll see if it makes any difference. So let's get a good wave. What's a good wave? Oh, like that angle's quite a nice angle. But yeah, let's pause the game and we'll put in some police. Yeah, conclusion, everything, you can build a city without any of the services, without fire, without health, and without police. And it doesn't really negatively impact you too much. Let's just go with some police headquarters are just big police thingies, aren't they? Yeah. How many are there? 60,000? Oh, we can't quite get to. We'll get one of them in and then a couple of those. So let's see if I can put it right in the smack bang middle of that. Can't afford that now. So let's put one over here. And let's put one here. And oh, we can do another. We can do another. Let's just put it there because that looks fairly bad. And hopefully this crime wave will quickly fade out. At least that's the plan. Let's see if we can get crime. The crime rate's coming down. 46. Oh, it comes down quite quickly, doesn't it? Look at that. 34. 28. 27. I was trying to just guess the number and there was no real need for it. It's come down. It's coming down quite quickly, and a lot of the crime icons are going off, which very interesting how quickly that happened. I like the fact that obviously nobody's in jail. But yeah, the crime thing just completely pretty much disappeared. Very quick. I had fast on there, but of course pretty much all gone and still making money. So like in theory you could build a crap town and then put the police in afterwards if you wanted, and that gets rid of it all. Crime rate's gone down to 5%. What were we at, 40 odd when we started? Health is still going to be crap. Average health 60 odd %. I wonder how quickly we could get health. I've sort of got rid of all my money, but we could just put like 3 of these down, see if it makes a difference. Health is currently on 62%. Yeah, bad traffic. That was just me. The fire's not really a problem. Not really bothered about hazards. So yeah, let's put this down. We won't see a wave of icons going, but we'll see if we can get the health percentage up. So let's put this on the main road. Here. And not over there because that's not residential. And then we'll have the other one here. And then we'll let it play and we'll just see if we get a big difference in health. So we're on 62, 63, 64, 65. Yep, it's going up pretty damn quickly. I think this is it's really interesting. I'm making quite a lot of profit still, you know. I'm making 6,000 profit because there's now no crime and the health is getting better. So I turned my crap city into a fantastic city, basically. And look at the population. I was on 16,000 when I unpaused. So, like, I think you can do it. Whether or not you should do it, I don't know. I think you might be better off, like, just putting these in and growing your city normally, because it seems to help with the population and it seems to help with money as well. Basically, I've literally just putting them in I've gone from a crap 16,000 to a grand city. So like whilst you can do it without, because you get more abandoned buildings and that kind of thing, it doesn't work quite as well as if you do put them in. So I think that actually, I'm sort of relieved that putting them in makes quite a drastic difference. My average health hasn't like shot up or anything like that, but I'm sure if I put in I'm sure if I started putting in more, like if I had one of these in, let's just put that. Any average health that's bad here? I don't know. Let's put it on the corner here, balls to it. And then let's speed it up a little bit more. But yeah, like it's quite a relief to see the health and the police just really drastically change from when you got it. It's still got a few fire hazards there, but that's fine. So conclusion, you don't need them, but they probably help. I'm sure people are like, well, duh. But you can get by without having them, and that may make the game a bit easier at the start, especially considering you then don't have you're not spending that money, so you've got more money, And then I think there's probably a right time to swap from having nothing to having them. And I'm not sure it's when the game tells you. I think you should probably wait a little bit after the game, even after the game, you know, says it's time to swap. But that's just my opinion. I'm not sure if anybody else, if that's what everybody else thinks. I haven't quite tried it too much, but I think on that evidence alone, you definitely need them. Look at the population still going up. It's weird. It went from like a crap city to a fairly decent city. I mean, there's still problems with sewage and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you can definitely build a city without any of the emergency services. You don't need healthcare. You don't need police. You don't need fire. They probably do help though. And I do think it's probably a way of keeping a bit of extra money in your pocket at the start. But then you should almost certainly upgrade, and you should take the rewards that come with it. My city's sort of falling apart because there's more people, it needs power and that kind of stuff, but it doesn't really matter at this stage. But yeah, I'm getting a lot more money per month, and I'm getting a lot more people per month. So yeah, I think we can see that it's nice that it's not needed, but it's nice that it's beneficial. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do. And yeah, have a beautiful day, have a beautiful weekend, have a beautiful week, have a beautiful everything. And you know, we're early on in 2017, so have a beautiful year. And good night, goodbye.